Once upon a time, and this is a true story, there was a poet. And it was in the days before we had aeroplanes. And this poet was making a journey all the way from Liverpool Dock all the way across to New York. And as he's on the boat, there's all these other sailors, and all the people on the boats, they're waving to the family and to the friends, and they're saying, "Oh, take care, make sure you write, oh, we're going to miss you, oh, we're going to miss you so, so much." And that poet stood on that boat, feeling totally alone. And as he's looking out at the crowds, he notices there's just a little boy, about as small as some of the kids here, about 6 or 7 years old. Now, I don't like to use this term, but he was what we'd call a peasant. And there was that boy with little rags on him. And so what the poet did, he got off the boat and he climbed through the crowds and he went and found that boy and he went up to him and he said, "Excuse me, young man, what's your name?" "Oh, I'm called William, sir." "William, if I gave you a sixpence, would you do a favour for me?" "Oh, what would that be, sir?" "Would you wave to me?" So, as he got back on the boat, as the boat left the dock, there was that little boy waving a rag with all of his might. And so the poet wrote, "So I got my sixpenneth worth." Loneliness is a terrible thing, isn't it? And you can feel lonely when you're in a crowd of people. You might feel lonely even today with all these people in this room. And sometimes you can feel lonely even as a Christian because you're the only one in your family who really loves Jesus. And maybe the rest of your family don't love Jesus. And sometimes, some of you in this room, maybe you've been single your whole life and for some reason God hasn't opened the door for you to meet someone, so you feel lonely. But I think the worst people who struggle with loneliness, the worst of all, is those of you who are bereaved. And once you were with someone and for some reason the Lord took them away from you. And now when you've had a really, really good day and you want to rush home to the first person and tell, they're not there anymore. Or likewise, when you've had a dreadful day, it's been awful, and you want to talk to someone, they're not there anymore. I remember when me and Emma were thinking of moving house, just before we got married, we were going to move into a house. And we looked around this house up in a place called Bickershaw. And I remember the lady was a widower. And we went up to the front of the house, up to the master bedroom. And I'll never forget this. In the master bedroom was a big, massive, king-size bed. But there was just one pillow in the corner. And then next to that pillow was a picture of that husband who died. And it just breaks your heart. But those of you who are struggling with loneliness, may I give you a gentle reminder, a gentle suggestion. Why not string up a friendship with the person it says in the Bible, there is a friend who sticketh closer than a brother? Who am I talking about? Jesus.